Yo, what's going on? Happy Friday. Today is quad witching, which means a bunch of options are expiring today. I think $5 trillion almost in options are expiring today. And that can just result in some choppy, whack, terrible action. So that's what we got today. A really tight range of about 10 points or 20 points, which is a very low range compared to the rest of the days recently. And despite this, I actually took a really solid trade today. Unfortunately, I hit my break even, but I was up a significant amount. It just didn't reach my target that I desired. Yeah, but let's get into it. I'll show you that trade. All right, here we are coming into that bid where the buying initiated. Unfortunately, if you notice, I was actually on the minis, not the micros. So we got rejected there. The order didn't go through, unfortunately, which is kind of scared me. Quickly went up to the micros and got filled on my order right there. So I moved my stop loss below that bid to kind of validate if we go hit my stop, that order is no longer defending that price. So yeah, absolutely ripping up. I really thought this was going to be the quickest trade I've ever taken. We're a minute in. We're about to hit a 2.5 R in literally 1 minute. So yeah, $600. There's the 2.5 R. Here I am putting a limit sell order for my first exit, which would have been 75% of my position, which would be 9 micros, and I was gonna set that above the high day right there. So put the order out there for 56.75, a little bit over the high day, and where a seller was present on the order flow. If you guys want to see how I read the order flow and how I was able to spot this buying and enter this trade, please stay to the end of this live trade and I'll show you guys the order flow, what I saw. All right, we stalled out there and unfortunately we sold off in another minute. This trade was looking good here. I thought we still had some room to go up. I was expecting buyers to step in here for a continuation up, and yeah, they just did not step in. Bam. That's my break even getting tagged. This was such a good trade. I don't know if you heard. I was frustrated. Took a lot of break evens this week off really good setups. That was a great setup. I clearly read the order flow correctly. It just didn't end up working in my way. So yeah, show you the order flow. Let's get to it. All right, so here's the order flow confirmation for this trade. This was pre-market. Market opens at 9:30 right here. We saw a huge bid pre-market result in a really aggressive move up, like I showed you guys. And then we aggressively sold off into that bid where that buyer existed. We kind of consolidated just really small amount. Right here, we made a little bit of a low with a large sell order that didn't get their continuation. They actually got a pop up against their direction. And with that original bid's direction, symbolizing they are defending that price level, defending that order. So yeah, once we got that pop up, I went long here, and like you guys saw, the trade worked immediately in my favor. It even hit a 2.5 R, just did not get the target that I desired, so it ended up hitting break even around here. All right, so that's a wrap on the week. I found this week a little bit choppy, kind of hard conditions to trade. I didn't find a lot of setups that I thought were quality enough to take. I had 2 break-even days here. Didn't even see a setup yesterday. Didn't trade. Took a really terrible loser that was 100% avoidable on Tuesday. Monday, I had a good trade. It's on YouTube. I exited 50 for a profit, 50% of the position, and the last 50% for break even. I was up 400 end of day, and I just gave it back with some trash trades at the end. So yeah, I should have had the week green. But yeah, a lot of improvement this week compared to the first 2 weeks of the month. I'm still happy how I traded. I think I have to stick to one trade a day to really make profits, but we're gonna do that for the future. Thanks for watching. Peace out.